Hello, it's me, right? Still me. Angry bearded gamer Egg, what's good, my man? Charles, nice to see you. I am, I guess, happy bearded gamer today. This quarantine beard, and it's, I don't. Maybe I'll practice this weekend, but I have no like beard upkeep like skills. So it's either natural bush or clean shaven all the way. There's no in between for me. But so I really wanted to see how long I could. Like, I wanted to just have a beard for the entirety of quarantine, just to see what it looked like. But it's getting like a little bit fuzzy, like right here, like in my, like there. Oh, look at that. That needs to be fixed. So yeah, we're gonna start looking at these cards in a second. I just want to get maybe a couple more people in here. Let people join the chat. So I really wanted this to be more community based than anything. So I wanted to just make sure people are here for this. So happy Friday, David. Happy Friday. It is quarantine Friday. I'm enjoying a drink of Canada Dry with a little bit of vodka inside of it. So if I get a little bit loopier towards the end of the cards, just have that little bias of there. But what are you guys drinking? Anyone drinking anything tonight? Jesus, long time no see. Jesus came in clutch, like literally like an hour ago. Messaged me, hey, I've got a way better mock-up for your like review setup that probably took you just as long for me to make as it did to take your crappy 5 column one. So we're gonna show that off today. It looks super good. I can't wait to show it to you guys. Ferdy, nice to see you. Nice to see you. How are you doing today? All right, I'm gonna wait another 3 more minutes, and then we'll get in here. We're gonna start talking about the cards and everything. Off the bat, how are people feeling about these cards? You think they're too powerful or not powerful enough? I've been every set we have people who say like, oh, this is gonna ruin the game. I'm selling my collection right now, and I'm gonna probably quit. But I don't know. I don't think there's been more of that specifically this set, but it's still around, which is pretty funny to me. Kip, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, super good is not not a bad idea of, or like a pretty good. I think a lot of these cards are good. I think a lot of them might be a little bit overhyped, but it's going to be difficult because we have an entire new card type. So it really depends. And since all the cards are building around that card type, it's all the cards are either going to be good if the card type's good or bad if the card type's bad. So. And Jesus for the Twitch Prime. Oh man, I gotta give back to you. You give me two things today. Dang. Yeah, I definitely think Zamasu has finally got me interested in playing his deck. All right, it's been a long time coming, but I think that field card is going to be pretty sick. So I'm going to probably play around with that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Kansas locals. We're probably going to be probably like late May, early June is what I'm guessing for them. But I'm not sure about Collector's Cash. Not sponsored, but that's the locals I go to. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely bringing back balance to mono. It's going to be interesting to see if they print any more surge leaders. It's I think it's kind of telling how powerful they are. Even though there's only 6 of them, over half of them are like tier 1. I feel like so. It's going to be interesting to see if they make more of them. And like, okay, here's my only thing about them. I'm almost okay with them having only 6, but like half of them are also like really archetype strong. They're not like generically strong. Like if there's like a generically strong like blue yellow one, that'd be great. But we have Kefla that doesn't really do anything. Outside like a Universe 6 archetype and all that. So if they made like a couple more to kind of like make some generic ones, I'd be cool. But I don't know. We haven't seen like a Wish leader since the last Wish set was. So I'm kind of doubtful on that. Yeah, that Yellow Gogeta Unison for sure. I'm a big fan of the Bardock green one, which we'll have to talk about whenever Green Week is. You'd think it would have been Green Week this week because it's Earth Week or Earth Day or whatever, but I guess it's Blue Week. I guess Earth has more water than land, so I guess that makes sense. But okay, we're gonna jump on in here. We met the requisite 10 minutes, I think. Yeah. All right, boom, bam. Doesn't this look way better than what I had on my video this morning? So thank you so much, Jesus. He also has his own YouTube channel, and it is called Kameha Club Subs that he's been making content for. There will be a link in the description, but Jesus, feel free to just put in the chat as well for people to check you out. This looks super duper sick. I'm really excited for it. We even have like this little scale that if I I can move around and just like what I'm thinking. So okay, cool. We're gonna go through the cards now. We got not only the rest of the blue cards, but we also have the star deck for the blue star deck as well. So we're gonna go through those cards first, I think, and then go from there. But yes, and there's a chat. So definitely follow Kameha Club Subs as well. He literally did this today he had like 4 hours to go from this monstrosity to this thing. So way better. But we're gonna start us off real quick with there we go. We're gonna have this Vegeto. So here's the front side. It has this when this card attacks, draw 1, which is pretty standard. But essentially what this card has is it has 2 awakening conditions, which is I put 4, but I meant 2 twice. But 2 awakening conditions. It has the standard one that's actually an awaken that says when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card, then switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode and flip this card over. Or it has auto if it's your opponent's turn, when 1 of your blue Unison cards would be placed in your drop area or 1 of your blue battle cards is removed from the battle area by opponent's skill or KO'd, you may flip this card over. If you do, draw 2. So not only are the awakening conditions different, but the what you get from it as well. So it's either an untap 1, draw 1, or a draw 2. So there's that, and that goes with the front of the awakened side here. Ooh, wait for it. Oh, come on. Oh, I know why. There it is. Come on. Yeah. Oh, no. First card in, we're already broken. So put this there. Yeah, cool. And then we put this one there. Uh-oh. Why won't it let me do another one? Okay, wait. There, okay, I figured it out. All right, we're good. This took forever. All right. You know, I practiced placing 1 card, but I didn't practice having 2 cards on here at the same time. You'd think I'd do that, but all right. Oh man, Photoshop is not happy at me today, but I guess it's rarely happy with people. Okay, so the leader, awakened side, it says when this card attacks, draw 1, of course, and then active battle for 2 blue. You can choose 1 of your blue Unison cards, and it gets plus 10k power and triple strike for the battle. So that's really interesting. Being able to either this could be used defensively to try to save your card, and making it active battle is way better than active main for so many ways. And especially since it's blue and you have a lot of energy untapped shenanigans. This also isn't a once per turn, so if you need to really make sure that your character lives, you can do this twice, and just keep going for it. Unless, I don't remember, active battle isn't inherently once per turn, right? I don't think it does, but and then also auto once per turn if it's your opponent's turn. When 1 of your blue Unison cards would be played in your drop area, or 1 of your blue battle cards is removed from battle area by your opponent's skill, switch up to 1 of your blue energy to active mode and draw 1 card. So it's pretty much like the second awakened condition, but with the bonus of the draw 1, untap 1. So instead of the draw 2, which I think the untap 1 is probably way better on the awakened side anyways. But so it just means it gives you a lot of protection for your cards, and if you're, the big thing about this is you can't pop your own Unison card with its minus abilities to get rid of it. Your opponent has to get rid of it. But that just like gives you like more reason for your opponent to not want to like swing into your like your unison cards. Like you want these cards to survive as much as possible, and getting resources for getting rid of your card I think is super good. So I'm gonna put this guy. I'm thinking around 4. Ooh, I'm thinking about 4 is where we want this guy. That's 4. I don't think he's 5 powerful, but I think he's definitely 4 powerful. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this bad boy? You think he's 4 powerful or 5 powerful? I'm definitely thinking around 4. Discuss amongst yourselves while I'm remembering that I'm really bad at Photoshop. You think he's 5? 3 for Kip. So okay, we're already in the middle. The only reason I'm thinking 5, not 5, is because it strictly depends on how good the unison cards. Hey, don't worry about it if your connection's not working. Don't worry about it. There will definitely be a re-upload of this too. All right, we're seeing 5. Spoiler. I know like there's some good cards. Being a blue Saiyan right now are really good tags to have. Like a mono blue Saiyan, but I think he's. I don't know if he's 5 good. I'm a little bit. If he was good without having to have unison cards, I'd put him as 5. But I think I'm just gonna put him at 4. We'll see. And also, you guys are at liberty to just caption this and take pictures, and then when I'm completely wrong in a month, you can just let me know. But right now, we're just gonna put this as a 4. All right, we're gonna look at the new unison card now. There we go. Dojito, Pursuit of Power. So permanent, if your leader is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in play in rest mode, your leader cards do not take damage from attacks. So this one also, I'm pretty sure some cards call out like mono blue leaders or Saiyan leaders. This one's only saying blue. There are some, real quick, I have this pulled up already. But here are all of the blue Saiyans that exist right now. If I was to pick some good ones, I would say, so Gogeta I think is always like a super good card. You'd have to run like some red cards with it, but you don't have to use red energy. You just have to, just to make this card work. But I think that's neat. Trunks I think is a cool card. This is an old card that no one uses, but it has this, on its awakened side, it has this, at the end of your turn, if all your energy is blue, choose up to one of your blue battle cards with any cost of 3 or more, and up to one of your energy switch in active mode. I think that's a really cool ability that no one really uses. Unfortunately, he's just like Trunks, like youth, not future. Otherwise, I think he'd be like super duper good. Let's see what else is there. Like this Gogeta, I think is good. It's like active main is still like very popular. Like right now, it's still a really good effect to choose one card from your hand, place in your drop area, and your opponent can only activate counter skills for once for the duration of the turn. That's great. We have a wish leader, so in case that's an important thing. We have this is the only future Trunks that we have right now, and it's not bad. This used to be one of the best cards, like leaders in the game for a while, especially during Storm. So I could see this being still popular, being able to just combo stuff out, and drawing, being able to plus off comboing, I think is good. We already talked about this Gogeta. This Vegeta is one of my favorite leaders, but it might be tough because you need to be running some Universe 7 stuff with it. Goku Black and Zamasu is already a blue Saiyan leader, so maybe you can get like some like hybrid builds with all the new Goku Black, Zamasu, and some of the Gogeta stuff. So that's something. Goku Black and Super Saiyan Son Goku. Both of these I think are all right, but they're not great. We also have the Son Goku. I'm not going to count him. He's probably not going to be good since you need mono blue energy, and he kind of needs some blue red cards. So. But I think there's some good leaders, not including the ones you get to talk about later. But that's what I'm talking about now. So going back to this, so for the plus and minuses for him, so +0, active main, choose one of your leader cards or battle cards, switch to rest mode, add a marker to this card. I'm not sure why they put it like this. They could have had it like. I guess they're worried that if you don't have anything to switch, the do as much as possible turns in, and you just have a +1 for free. But let's see. There's also the -2 active main, draw 1, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So that's or sorry, it's a -2. So you pretty much just get this ability once, if that. I'm not super impressed with this one, honestly. I think it's okay. And you get to like, I don't know, like this active main doesn't really like, it doesn't really do anything to me. It like, it's kind of annoying. Like the permanent's pretty good, but like, once your opponent can kind of answer this, they can't really do anything. Having to give up an attack for it to get the plus effect. I don't think. Yeah, Deadly Defender and would be a great combo. Well, no, right? Because they already have to they already have to attack the Deadly Defender, so it doesn't make sense. Now, if you have an indestructible card, that's pretty good. Does it have to say choose one of our battle cards? Let's see, a blue Saiyan card and blue. I don't think there's any blue. There might be some blue indestructible cards, which only means that they have to attack into your Gogeta. So I'm going to put this as a 2. I'm feeling a 2 for this guy. What are you guys feeling for this? I'm thinking a 2. I think I'm gonna scale him. I think he can do some cute stuff, but kind of based on how I feel about the other blue cards, especially the Unison cards, I don't think he's super duper good. I think he's a good star deck card, but I don't think he just doesn't have like the amount of permanence for that. Like since he only has 2, and it's kind of hard for him to get a third tick. I think he deserves to be a 2. All right, I'm gonna take your guys' silence as a roaring yes. Let's go to card number 3. Oh wait, after I hit enter. Ah, no! I thought I knew how to do this. Place. Okay, there we go. Okay, alright. Oh yeah, we're doing this. Okay, so we got this Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Tenacious Warrior. It's a 1-drop, 4K. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, gets plus 14K. Sorry, plus 11K power for duration of the turn. And when this card is KO'd, look at the top 7 cards from the top of your deck and up to 1 blue Unison card. Add up to 1 blue Unison card with an energy cost of 2 among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So this is an okay card. It's very interesting. That's a 4K, and I think they're doing this as a 4K so it doesn't get any Union Fusion. Sorry. So you can't have this on like Gogeta decks. They want this to be like a Vegeto card. Because if this was like 15K and then like the maybe next card that I show is 15K, then instead of doing that, you'd want to use Union Fusion instead. So I don't know. It's an alright card. It's a Self Awakener that also lets you like plus a card from just playing it, which is super nice. So this is probably like a 3. If you're playing a card like if you're playing a deck that's mono blue that's running Union cards already, I think you probably want to run this because worst case, so it's either a +1 where you can get it from like you can search your Unison cards, which is good, or it's just like you get to Self Awaken with it. So I think this is a good old 3. I'm feeling a 3 for this card. That's what I'm feeling. And Johnson said the Gogeta depends on how good the Vegeto is. I think there are better. Some of the other Unison cards we see, they're just better. I think like if you want for this leader effect, if you just want to have a Unison card on the board, it's better to have the the Zeno. But on the other hand, I guess since this gets like boons for them trying to attack over your Unison card, it could be better to have like this thing, and then you get to like draw 2 cards immediately and awaken. So maybe I could see that. I'm still putting it as a 2. I'm stubborn. I'm thinking a good old 3 for this Goku 1-drop. Probably be good in decks that it's kind of how I was saying at the beginning of this. It depends on how good Unison cards are in general, and not if Unison cards are bad, then there's going to be a lot of bad cards in this set for sure. But I don't think they will be, but it will definitely depend on that. All right, let's put this guy in the little 3. Sorry, the only awkward thing about this, only one of the awkward things about this is that I don't want to like have the chat like show up on my screen, so I have like my laptop to the side to read your guys' chat. So that's why I'm like looking over here for it. Yeah, and you're right, David. We don't have like a lot of blue Self Awakening, to be honest. So just having like just generic card that can also like it sucks that you don't get like double strike or crit from it, but you also get like a potential like 2 cards from this playing this 1-drop. So I think that's good. Boom. All right, let's see the next card. All right, we got Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Heroic Warrior. It's 2-drop with 2 specific blue. That probably shouldn't matter since you're probably running a mono blue deck anyways. But if your leader card is a blue Saiyan card, this card gains critical, which is nice, a 15k crit. And when this card is KO, draw 1, then add up to 1 blue Unison card with specified cost of 2 from your drop pair to your hand. I think this one's okay. I'd be like willing to put like a 2.5 on this right out the gate. But I don't know. He's not fantastic. Like he's an alright value play. You play him, and then he's a 15k crit. And then if your opponent either one gets rid of them, and then you can get some like benefit from your leader from them popping it, and then also benefit from this for just having it popped. But the thing about this is that you probably won't have a Unison card in your drop area until late game. So like having this as like a tempo play on turn 2 is really, I don't know. It's all right. It's not bad, but it's not super good. I think he's okay. I think he's a 3. I'll put him as, I wouldn't put him any higher than 3. I'm really debating between 3 and 2, but he just has synergy gang pop so much, and like if your opponent doesn't deal with this, then they have this 15k crit hitting them every turn. So like it's either they take the 15k crit pressure, or they pop it, and then you have an awakened leader. So what are you guys thinking? You guys thinking more of a 3 or more of a 2? Oh shoot, scaling. Hold shift, baby. I can do this. What are y'all thinking? I want to put 3, not just because Goku's there. Three going once. I know there's also delay, so that doesn't help anything. Maybe I should start with what I'm feeling like at the beginning of a card, like the gut feeling, talk about it, and then go from there. I'm going to try that so you guys have some time to think about it. The other good thing about him that's like generically good is that he's a 15k blue Vegeta, and I don't think those exist. I'm gonna do a quick fact check while I do this. I'm gonna do Vegeta. We're gonna do by cost blue, ascending. All right, and only battle cards. So we got this one. We've got Deadly Offenders of 20k. This one sucks. This is from the new set, so it doesn't count yet. This one's was good at the time, but not anymore. This one's probably not out yet. Yeah, so I don't count that one yet. Because like originally, like if you want to do any like 5-drop Gogeta stuff, you have to like use 20ks, and there wasn't really room for any 15ks. I know that they're like the one that people are having to use was like Sneak Attack, but like didn't do anything for him. It was just a card that they had to use as fodder. So just the fact that it's a 15k, I think, is also really important. The 2-drop from first anniversary set is 15k. Let's see. Is that there? Ah, there it is. Energy Absorber. This one is also... Okay, I'm going to make a video about this later, but I wish this card was like a... this effect should be a Unison card for sure. Like that effect, like, you know, if an energy is switched to rest mode active mode by a skill on your opponent's turn, like gain 1 token or something, I think that'd be good. All right, I'm seeing 3s. All right, we've got there. All right, we got the formula, so we're putting him as a 3. Boom, bam. Right behind Goku, per usual. All right, last card from the starter deck. After I press enter. Oh, no. See, look, I'm just so bad. That's why I do all my videos edited, and by edited I mean I just do them all in one take, and if I don't like the take, I do it again. All right, Super Saiyan Trunks, Architect of Peace. Auto for 1 blue. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card, when this card is used as a combo, choose up to 1 blue Saiyan card with any cost of 2 or less in your hand. Negate its skill for the turn. Play it in rest mode. Alright, so this is like not the worst. The fact, like, so this is really good for union stuff. And I don't think it can be restricted to just I think there's some like Goku Black stuff you can use with this too to really get. Okay, first starting off, I think this is between. I think this is like a 3. I almost want to put it as a 4, but I think this is a 3. It's definitely not a 1 or 5, but I think there's some cute stuff you can do with this. But yeah, being able to you still get the combo with it, but being able to get like a blue Saiyan that's any cost of 2 or less in your hand. The fact that it's from your hand makes it suck. But yeah, it definitely helps out like a bunch of Unison strategies. Instead of using whatever it takes to actually play it, you can use 1 energy to cheat out a 2 cost, which is super nice. Let's just do Saiyan 2 drop. What are some good cards? Just play this Vegeta again. Great. A little cute thing you can do is that if you have like this Gogeta Unison card and they try to go like triple strike on you, you can play the Super Saiyan Trunks combo with it, play a Saiyan in rest mode, and then you can't take any damage for the turn, and then your opponent just shotgun their hand for nothing. So like that's really good for 1 energy, like just being able to prevent all damage, assuming you have this Unison card out. So that's like super cute, but I think that can actually be really like stupid. Let's see. So there's probably some. Okay, there's some Goku Blacks and stuff. Yeah, so you can play like this Goku Black, and then like you can use like the active main next turn for it. Just having a Goku Black out, which you can then like do energy stuff with next turn, or even the turn you play it. That's nice. Yeah, I think that's really. I mean, obviously you can get some Gokus and some Vegetas out for it as well, but it's saying that there's a 2-drop Goku Black, I think that's already important too. I'm gonna put him as a 4. I'm thinking 4. What are y'all thinking? What do you think of this Trunks? Is that too much? Am I thinking about too much of the cheese you can do with him, and not like how much like utility he'll get for the rest of the game? Probably. That's usually how I rate cards, but I'm gonna be a little crazy. I'm gonna put him as a 4. So the skill you have to pay 1 blue. Yeah, so the auto is blue, but if you just need a combo with this card, it's just free. It's a free combo. Instead of saying like a lot of effects that used to be like this would be worded instead where it has a 1 here and a 5k, so it's a 1 no matter how you combo it, it's cost 1, but then it says, if you combo with this card, blah 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 blah. But for this one instead, you can always combo this for free, but it says blue if you pay for another one. Then if you pay an additional blue, then you get the effect, which I think is more flexible and better in general, just better card design. But yeah, for real quick, if you guys didn't pick up what I was putting down, so this permanent is if your leader card is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in play in rest mode, your leader card doesn't take damage from attacks. So if they like shotgun their hand to do like a big old double or even like a single strike, you can just play this Trunks, use this Trunks for 1 energy, get a 2-drop out, and then you don't take damage for the turn, or you don't take damage from that attack, and then your opponent just feels really bad. So that's I think it's a really cute combo. Obviously there's ways around it, but I'm gonna put it as 4. And we'll see how dumb I am in a couple weeks. But I think this is like the card that like can potentially break this archetype, or like can start to make things unfair, I guess is a better way to say it. All right, there's all these in different shapes and sizes. Let's see let's just go through. I have them in my files. So those are all the star deck cards. We're gonna go through the base cards. They are all in numerical order, so hopefully that doesn't screw you guys up when I'm talking about these. But let's go first with Trunks. So permanent. So it is a blue Saiyan, of course. Same with the other one that we're going to spoil. But Blue sand, during your opponent's turn, if you would add a card from your life to your hand or place it in your drop area, you may reveal it and add it to your hand instead. If that doesn't make a complete sense to you, it will in a bit, but it just means that, one, you don't take any crit damage, which is super nice, and then there are a couple of cards that they gain extra effects if they are put in, like if they're shown in from shown being added from your life. When this card attacks, draw 1, and then also when your life or your opponent's life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card and then switch one of your energy to active mode and flip this card over, which is pretty unique. Usually it's like having like either person's life at 4 or less is neat. So if you're playing against someone who's really aggressive, like either like they're aggressively taking their own life, you can awaken early and be defensive, or if you're playing against someone who is defensive, you can like it's just being able to be like adjust to that, I think, is a really cool thing. And then looking at the other card, boom, the front side, or sorry, back side, awaken side. And if I can hold shift while I do that, there it is. Look at me go. All right, Super Saiyan Trunks, Envoy of Justice. During your opponent's turn, if you would add a card to your life, same thing, same permanent. When this card attacks, same thing, draw 1, and then active main once per turn. For 2 blue, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, place at the bottom of its owner's deck. At the end of the turn, switch up to one of your mono blue energy active mode. So being able to like, so remove something with no energy restriction or anything for technically 1 energy is very good in itself. So this could be really defensive, or if they have like a blocker or something, you can just get rid of it for energy, which is nice. It's not active battle, which is okay. I think an ability like this as active battle or active main is all right. And also you switch it at the end of your turn. Okay, not at the beginning of your opponent's turn. That makes a difference for that Vegeto I was talking about earlier. But I totally forgot to say what I thought about this leader before I started talking about him. I'm thinking maybe like a 3 or 4. I'm thinking maybe a 3. Obviously he has his own like archetype and everything, but I don't know how good that archetype is. Like, he's like not a bad leader. He's just kind of generic, I guess, which isn't bad. But he doesn't really have like a wow factor to me. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Are you thinking that he's any better than that, or let's see. This leader's going to allow players good resource management to be really good as you get the life as a resource area, and then the Zeno super combo allows for you to use the energy area. Yeah, so that's the other thing. I forgot. There's a couple like Future Trunks specific cards. I don't. You're thinking 4 or 5. I'll put it as a 4. I don't know if I want to put him as a 5. Maybe the archetype as a 5, but the leader himself, I don't know. Like, the leader is good, but I think the things that would make him great are cards that say if you use this leader, you can do broken things. So I'm gonna put him as a 4 for right now. Well, you can sway me from there, but I get that. Maybe I'll move him around looking at the other cards again, but we'll put him at 4. I think it's also good to say that I didn't like come into this with like a like preconceived like notion or anything of what I was going to number these. So if the numbers change throughout the night, that's my right. Oh, not to turn them upside down or do that. Jeez. Photoshop is so hard. All right, so there he is. Yeah, not taking crit is definitely super duper good. And like gaining advantage on like from getting damage hit is also super nice. But I don't know. I've got like this nagging feeling that it might not be the best. So I'm gonna just leave it there. Hold shift. I think let me bring both out. Let me bring both these bad boys out. All right, going in, I think Zamasu's a 3. I think the other Zamasu's better. Like the previous Zamasu leader we got. All right. Front side, super basic. When this card attacks, draw 1. When your life is at 4 or less, or you have 4 or more energy, you may draw 1, then switch up to one of your energy active mode and flip this card over. All right, neat. So if you ramp up, you could like do this on like turn 3. Like if you use Zeno to get up to 4 energy, that's super easy. And like Zamasu has other ways to like cheat out energy, so it's not going to be like impossible to do this. You could probably even do this on like turn 2 if you really tried, with like its extra card and then like using Zeno and then top deck Zeno. Like you can get this out super easy. And then on the Awaken side, let's see if I can do this right. Yeah, I can. Look at me go. Nope, nope. Come on. Oh no, why did everything move? Alright. Okay. I don't know why everything moved over a little bit. That's not good. That way? Yeah, that's why. Cool. Figured it out. Alright. Awaken side, when this card attacks, draw 1. Activate once per turn. Place 1 of your energy in its owner's drop area. Choose 1. This card gains dual attack for the turn. Choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So this kind of has like the same like stuff with the what is it? Let me see what you guys say. So okay, you can't energy lock with force ejection. I think I have to go over like maybe make like a public service announcements with force ejection. But force ejection checks your energy at the beginning of your turn. So if your energy changes by the end of the turn, it doesn't matter. You can't do that, unfortunately. I can go into more detail with it later, but force ejection doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Let's see. So, but sorry, going back to it, active main once per turn, place 1 of your energy in its owner's drop area. So you either get dual attack or you can just yeet 1 of your opponent's cards. Is there like an energy lock that I'm not thinking about with this? Without force ejection? If there is, let me know. But force ejection doesn't work that way, which sucks. Unless like you're saying that you only gain energy by using like you just go up by 1 energy every turn by doing like your Zeno ability. So like you're technically lower. I could see that, but if you like give your opponent energy or like you use Fuse Zamasu to get rid of 1 of your energy and then use force ejection, then you can't do that. There is some synergy though with like Zeno cards and stuff where you can use this to like yeet the energy that it would go away at the end of the turn anyways, and so you're just getting an extra effect for something that would go away. And I think it's cute, but I don't know. I'm thinking he's a 3. I'm thinking this leader's a 3. If you're wanting to go for maybe like more of the Union Fusion stuff, or Union Patara stuff, I think this leader might be better. But if you're wanting to go for like the energy ramp and like the like get your opponent a energy kill, obviously the other leader's better for that. But I think the other leader that came out in set 7 or so, we'll talk about him later. It's this one. I'll bring him up. I'm thinking this leader's a 3. Discuss. But let me bring up Goku Black. Yeah, okay. This guy. I think this one's better. So when this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards, add 1, and then if your opponent has 3 or more energy, you can just draw 1, untap 1. So this could be like your turn 2. You can like awaken on your own turn. And the same thing, when this card attacks, leader gets -5, but you can just like activate once per turn for 1, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, return it to their hand, compared to whatever this card does. Okay, bottom of their owner's deck. Okay, so that's like better, but I don't know. I think the other one's better. I'm going to put this as a 3. I'm going to put it as a 3. And until someone gets angry for me doing so, I'm just going to put them down there. Alright, did it. Just took forever. Okay, next up. Okay, we've got our Unison cards for this set. Okay, so we've got Super Saiyan Gotenks Absolute Unison? Alright, so it's a 4 specific blue one. It has dual attack, blocker, and then it only has minus abilities. You either use -2 to draw 2, or you choose use active main, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them at the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. I think this card's actually like I think a lot of people are making like don't think this is good. I'm gonna put this as a 3 as well. This is the 3 for right now for you to discuss. But yeah, it does have dual attack and blocker, which I don't think any other of the like Unison cards have like anything outright on it. But the fact that you can play this for 4 energy and you have like a guaranteed like attack stopper, like there's not a lot of cards that can stop this card from being a blocker. There's like since it's a new card type, there's not a lot of cards that say rest a Unison card or something. And I think this actually has like a lot of good synergy with the blue Vegeto, blue Vegeto leader, where you can like use this -3. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignore them, and place them at the bottom of your owner's deck in any order. And then you still have this dual attack blocker. And so if they try to swing on anything, you can just rest this, have it absorb the attack. It pops, and then you get an untap one and a draw one, and like it has like a big value swing. And then having like dual attack and blocker associated with it, I think are both just super good. Being able to swing once, and then you can you restand, and then you get to decide, all right, do I want to swing again, or do I want to have blocker next turn? I think that all makes sense. I think that all makes sense to me. So I'm thinking he's at least a 3. I think he's better than the True Drop Gogeta one. So I'm thinking 3, and I think that's that. We're gonna do it after I hold shift, dummy. All right, there we go. Okie dokie. Next card, just making sure. Yeah, 3 it is. All right, one veg. You've clutched it. Okay, next up we've got the next Unison card, Supreme Kai of Time, Unison of History. All right, so active main. If your leader card is a blue Trunks Future, so this new one or the old one, and you add 1 card from your life to your hand at the end of the turn, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. So, I think this would just be better. Like, if this was just like, if you, once per turn, if you add a card from your, like, even if this was like once per turn during your opponent's turn, I think that's way better than, like, you can't do this reactively. Like, this is simply, if your opponent attacks you, being able to untap 1 is better, but this is only on your turn, and when you're taking your own life, which I don't think this deck is going to be doing a lot of, because like this card only, like the permanent for the leader is only during your turn, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Or sorry, the permanent is only during your opponent's turn, so you don't really have a lot of incentive to add cards to your own hand. I mean, if you know there's a card in there that you want, like that you placed earlier, that's like makes sense, but still I don't know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But active main, add 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose 1 card in your life or to your hand, place in your. I'm a dummy. I didn't read the +1 effect. I totally forgot. So, like, okay, obviously this makes sense then. Ignore, like, the last 30 seconds. I'm a dummy. Active main, so you add 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose 1 card from your hand, place in your life. So you do that, and then you get a free untap 1. Boom. Okay, cool. That makes a lot more sense. I'm just dumb. Yeah, so this Kai, I don't think people are talking about this for Goku Black. This could work with Goku Black, because you could, like, know what cards in your energy, so you're not, like, surprised with cards gets put into your energy. But all right, I'm thinking like a 3 or 4, maybe a 4 for this. Being able to, like, for Trunks Future untap 1 energy per turn seems really nice, and then I think it just sets up all your things. So it's probably worth being a 4, honestly. Yeah, you get to filter your life, and just being able to, like, have no surprises on what's in your life is super duper good. So I'm thinking a 4, now that I actually read the full card instead of just the first line, like a dummy. I'm a dummy. Yeah, but David, we'll talk about the Goku Black, or the card people are talking about Goku Black with next. Also, this works with Chile probably. They haven't said it doesn't. I'm gonna say outright, it's not good immediately to me. It's not super duper good. The healing effect of Supreme Kai of Time Because it says add one card to your life to your hand, then choose up to one card from your hand placed in your life. This isn't a cost, so like you can still do it. And Chile says you can't add cards from your life to your hand during your turn. So if you use the Supreme Kai of Time effect and then like untap one, you can do that. You don't get the active main from this, so you only get the +1, which doesn't really do anything for this because it just like it's just a 15k that just survives for a while. But I don't think healing is super duper good, especially in Chile, where like you have in my experience, like you just run out of cards because you can't self awaken that easily. And you're really at the whim of your opponent. And so if they're not swinging at you at all, it's reducing your hand size to add more cards to your life doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. But I think it's okay in the deck, and maybe it'll be good. But if I'm looking at like healing from other games, healing's really only good in other games if it does something else. Like people are rarely using healing in most other games just because it has that heal. It's usually because it has like a big body with it or something. Like if the active main from this card wasn't restricted to Trunks future leader cards, this would be a 5 for sure. But I don't like, even if this was just like a blue Saiyan, it'd probably be a 5, but I think I'm gonna put it as a 4. TM Koi 1997 says it's also a 1-drop that gains a counter immediately. So the turn you play it comes out with 2 counters. Turn 1 seems good. Wait, why is it a 1-drop? Isn't it 2 specific energy? Unless, like, what, is there a way to cheat out energy or something? This is a 2-drop, right? I'm going to say this is a 2-drop. I mean, the turn it comes out is technically 1 cost because you immediately use its effect, but like yeah, if this is a 1 cost, this would also be a 5, but I'm going to put this as a 4. All right, and I think we're about halfway through the cards. All right, let's go to the one everyone's talking about, the Zeno Cosmic Union. All right, straight up the bat, I think this is a 5. And I'm going to tell you why, but I think this is going to be the first 5 we talk about today. So active main, if your leader card is mono blue, place the top card of your deck into your energy. You can't place cards in your energy for the turn. Then at the end of the turn, place a card that you place in your energy with the skill in its owner's drop area. 6. Pff, okay, yeah, Zeno, like, ooh, it's way up here. Activate main for -5. Choose all your cards in all battle areas, ignoring barrier, and shuffle them into their owner's deck. Super good as well. So why do I think this is worth the first 5? I don't think necessarily the... so one thing to also note is that it's only a 9k, so most things can attack over it, but the thing that concerns me is that if you play this card on curve, it has 4 tokens on it. You play it on turn 2, you use its +2 ability, you get 1 energy. You can do pretty much whatever like if you're running a mono blue deck, that just means like you can play an extra 1-drop for whatever, and then it goes away obviously. But if you're playing first, turn 2, you have this with 4 counters on it, then your opponent has to, with 2 energy and presumably only their leader, try to do 4 damage to this thing, and that either means 4 attacks or so if you're, here's the thing, either 1, your opponent can do that, and that just means that the Zeno has saved your leader force attacks, or they can't, and they can just, once you like get this going, then it's super duper good. And just energy ramp in general is amazing. If you're running a mono blue deck, you don't have to be like, you won't get energy screwed, which is nice. And I think there's just so many things that are good with this card that I think it's going to be good. I think it's a 5. And there's like cheeky things you can do with Goku Black, for example. What people are doing is that you can use Goku Black, take 1 card from your life, put your energy, and then Zeno can do the same thing. And then once you do, you can use it to you can use Goku Black to pop that energy, and then if you pop that energy, that means Zeno doesn't get since Zeno only pops that specific energy, if it's gone, he doesn't pop another one of yours. Which also means that it gets some like good utility with like this Zamasu, where choose one of your energy placed in your drop area. So if you choose the one you picked with Zeno, then you don't really lose an energy, especially if you've already used it that turn. So I like that. That's just really good synergy as well. But I'm gonna put him as I use Zamasu. I'm gonna put him right here. Yeah, let me just correct the scale for him. Let's just put him way over here, right? Is this where he's at? No. Okie dokie. Next up we got this Goku card. I'm gonna have him on the 3 right now. He's probably like a 3 or 2. Nothing too exciting, but permanent during your opponent's turn. If all of your energy is mono blue, and you would reveal. Let me see. And what if you use Zeno with Beerus reboot? Yeah, I think that's really good. So the only other thing about Zeno that's really good is there's so many cards that say like if you have 4 more energy, like do this, and since you can ramp to that super duper easily and conditionally, I think it just being able to get some cards that one turn out earlier without having to like objection, like of course was you could do the same thing, but you'd have to like go -1 to do so. Zeno's not that way. You only go objection you go -2. Zeno you only go -1. So and it's like I think that's a little bit better, and he's searchable, which is objection wasn't. Goku permanent during your opponent's turn. If all your energy is mono blue and you reveal a card from your life to your would reveal this card from your life to add it to your hand. You may place it in your energy and rest mode. Instead, if you do, draw 1. At the end of your next turn, after you place the card in energy with the skill, if this card's in your energy, place it in its owner's drop area. So, like, obviously, this is what you want from your trunks always. Like, one of the cards you want to pick, because it just means you get a card into your energy. I think something that people are overlooking is that. Real quick, do field cards and Unison cards get played in your battle area? Because if so, no, Unison cards have their own zone. Yeah, so there's Unison, and then leader area, Unison area, and then battle area, or battle zone. So the Unison cards don't get hit by that. But the field card would. So Zeno can also, like the big scary field card that people were talking about, Zeno can wipe that with his -5 effect. And since it's not a battle card, it's a Unison card, it works out. But we'll get to that, unfortunately, like one of the last cards, but we'll talk about that. But this one, being able to add it to your, for ramp. So one thing that I don't think is super good about this is that, it's just like it's such a temporary +1 instead of like a really good +1. Like if you're really wanting the energy boost from this, like it just goes away. That's the thing that sucks about it. And because of that, and then like you go like -1 in the long run for like this 1 turn boost. I think it's okay, but it's not super duper great. It will like help people get there, but it's like you lose hand advantage for it. And a lot of these effects say, oh, you lose hand advantage, but you get something out for cheap. And I think that's like one of the cards that also do it. So. Labouche says, this card with the yellow-blue Vegeto that locks energy is looking fire. Yeah, but you can't. It has to be mono-blue energy, and you have to show it when you add it. So, I guess you can still do that with the Trunks leader. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, unless you, like, ping 2 of your yellow energy and then play it. I guess you can do that because you, like, combo with your energy so you can get rid of all the yellow stuff. That might be worth it. Oh, well, Egman, I'll bring him back. I'm going to put him as a 3. Not just because he's a 3 drop, but because I think he's a 3. Alright. Next up, we've got... Here, let me just move these cards a little bit. There you go. Okay. Let's look at... Oh, great. Alright. Boom. 20k. Blue Goku. I'm going to put him as a 2. He's first skillless card. He's pretty good. Most skillless cards I put as a 1, but since he's a blue Goku, and he has like a lot of synergy just because he has the name Goku, he's great. But he's not going to be fire all by himself. And I'm not used to talking for this long straight, so excuse my hoarse voice. Oh, enter. Okay. Son Gohan Accelerated Slam. Super combo. If your leader card is blue and your life is at 4 or less, when this card is used as a combo, draw 1. Alright. Cool. He's Son Gohan future, which is like strictly worse than like regular Son Gohan, but I'll just put him as a 2 as well. He has the plus 10k always, so that's worth it enough for me. If he didn't, then I wouldn't give it a 2, I'd give him 1, but there we go. Alright. There's the easy ones. Alright, next up we've got this 3-drop Vegeta. Jeez. So permanent, during your opponent's turn, if all your energy is mono blue and you would reveal this card from your life, you place it in your energy in rest mode instead. If you do, draw 1. Did the Goku get a draw 1 too? I forgot. Maybe that makes sense. Oh, he does get a draw 1. Alright, never mind. I'm going to stick with my guns. He's a 3 still, even though you don't lose hand advantage. I totally missed the draw 1. McCoy says, let's see, the last Goku with the blue booze ability, though, that switches around your energy could get around it being a temporary thing. Yeah, so the biggest thing about all these Gokus and stuff is that you have to reveal it. And you have to reveal it with a card skill. You don't reveal it by just adding it to your hand. So you have to strictly have it with this Trunks leader for right now. That's also maybe a reason to put it as a 3, because it's restricted to 1 leader, technically. But even if you just add it to your hand normally, you can't reveal it. Like, that's not part of the card effect. You have to reveal it as you add it by the Trunks effect. You can't just try to get lucky with it. Anyways, this Vegeta, so at the end of your turn, after you place a card in your energy, if this card is in your energy, place it in your zone or drop area. So I'm going to put this as also the same thing. Is there any like difference between these two, or is it just strictly as a Goku and a Vegeta with the same effect? Just now you can run 8 of them, and they're also good for like Potara stuff. No, they're the same. I thought they were different. I thought Vegeta drew something and Goku was energy stuff, but I guess I'm wrong. So we're gonna do that. There we go. They're buddies again. Okay. Next up, we've got this 1-drop Vegeta, Savior of Future. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, it gets plus 10k power and double strike for the turn. Alright, you might call me crazy. I think this is a 4. This is a 4. Disgust, so I take another drink. Alright, why do I think it's a 4? 1, it's Self-Awaken, Double Strike, which is great. I think Double Strike is probably better than Critical most times. But I think like it's pretty tight, and they both are kind of the same, but I think Double Strike is strictly better than Critical. But Self-Awaken, and just the fact that it's a Vegeta 1-drop is insane. Here, I'll show you. We don't have like any Vegeta 1-drops. No, over here. Yeah, we've got, literally no Vegeta 1-drops. We've got some Vegeta BR 1-drops. We've got like this, okay, we've got this yellow one. He doesn't count. But like, yeah, this is like our first like standard 1-drop Vegeta, which makes a lot of sense. Like, makes a lot of things good. Like, even if he's a 5k, I think there's like some Gokus you can use this for Union Fusion, but just a Vegeta that you can get out for 1 energy for Union Potara is super duper good. So I'm thinking he's a 4. He might be a 5. He's not flashy enough to be a 5, but I would almost put him as a 5. Bit of fun. If it works, Trunks Forerunner of Hope can resolve to take the Goku of energy before it pops itself. Okay, yeah, I think, is that one of the new Trunks, right? I might. This list is still able to move around if I think cards are better than they are. But I'm going to put him as a 4. Man, we've been streaming for an hour already? Dang. What am I doing with my life? Moving so slow with this Photoshop stuff. Okay, next up we've got, alright, this big old Trunks. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks for a brighter future. This is a unique card, which means you can only have 1 copy on the field. Permanent, if you have a blue Unison card in play, reduce the energy cost in your hand by 2, which is super nice. And then if your leader card is a blue Trunks Future card, at the end of your opponent's turn, draw 1. That's nice. And then active battle once per turn for 2 blue. This card would get this card gets plus 10k power and triple strike. So I don't. Let me think. If you have a blue Unison card in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So it's a 2-drop. So like. Alright, here's like some... Alright, I'm thinking this is a 2. I think there's some cute stuff you can do with it, but I think it's only a 2. Oh yeah, if used in Batar, it keeps a plus 10k for the turn. That's right, that's right. That's a good point with that Vegeta. It's almost enough to make it a 5. It's going to be a 4.1, but this Trunks, I think is a 2. I'm gonna make it official by moving over this low gauge here. Boom, bam. All right. Why do I think it's a 2? It just doesn't do anything. Like the cheeky thing I can see you do with it is that with this guy. Well, not necessarily this guy, but like he can be part of it. But with the 1-drop Trunks, oh, I guess I'm picking both now. There you go. With the 1-drop Trunks, if it's a 2-drop during your opponent's turn, you can just play this for free, I guess. So that's kind of nice, but then you don't get like the draw 1 at the end of the turn still, because like this negates its skills. Unless I don't know my timing for how this works. Maybe the negate skills wears off, and then the skill goes off. Maybe you can decide that. I'm not sure. But even so, like it doesn't do anything when it's on the board. I don't know. I think it's okay. Like you can still like, I don't know. It seems cute, but not super good. I'm not sure why it's unique either, but it is, so that's something. But I don't think it's good enough to say that it's anything above a 2 right now, unless I'm missing some like wombo combo. All right, what's the? Let me look up Forerunner of Hope because you're talking about it so much. Let's see what you're talking about. Not 1 cost. Alright, Trunks Forerunner. Oh, okay. At the end of your turn, if your lead card is blue, you may choose 1 battle card in your energy other than this card. That is blue and no other colors at any cost 3 or less, and play it. If you do, add this card to your energy. Okay, so that's kind of cute. You can like get the energy for free for just by paying 3 energy. Okay, that's kind of cute. I don't think it's great, but that's kind of cute combo. We're gonna move this guy to 2. So there's a cute combo with it. I want to put something at a 1 today. We'll see if I do. All right, there he is. Next up, other Trunks. Oh my god, he's massive. I don't know why, but here he is. Super Saiyan Trunks God Sealing technique. Counterplay, you can activate the counterplay skills of other cards for the turn. So also for how this is, I'm guessing this means like before you play it too. That will have to be a Bandai, since it doesn't say for the duration of the turn, because I think some of these cards say duration of the turn. Like, let's see what the Zeno says. Yeah, it says for the turn, so I don't know if it's duration of the turn. Doesn't make sense, but I'm pretty sure how they're gonna roll this is that it just means that literally for this turn, it's the only thing you can play. If it's a duration, it'd be different, but it just says for the turn. Anyways, you may discard this card from your hand. If you do, the battle card being played is returned to its owner's hand instead. If you don't play this card, I'm going to assume, how I know game logic, is that this is going to cost 5 energy to do this first part, which, I mean, is still fine-ish. Being able to get, like, it's a count, like, getting rid of bounce anything for 5 energy isn't, like, it's kind of outrageous, but not too outrageous. But if you don't, you can play this card. And then also, if you have a blue Unison card with 2 or more markers in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. So being able to just play this for free is also super nice. So I mean that's the only way you play this, right? Because you have like a Unison card out, and then you pop this. And I think this has like really good synergy with this guy, of course. Like if your opponent's trying to swing in for game and then they use like some arrival stuff, boom bam, you can just play this for free, and then they're just crying. Wait, it has to be in rest mode. All right, never mind. That's bad. That's a bad idea. But I mean, still getting an attack route for free is still nice-ish. And like being able to just use it as like a free extra card to bounce back whatever they have, because they have like, what is it? The blue extra card. Like this is like way better than You're Wide Open by like a mile in so many ways. As long as you're running Unison cards and they have like a bunch of tokens on them, this is better in every way, because this is a 2-drop thing that you have to play to like use 2 energy for, and it goes back to their hand. It's only 4 or less. Meanwhile, this just bounces anything back to their hand, and you don't have to pay energy for it, and you still discard it. And worst case, it's a 5k combo, and it's a searchable card because it's a trunk future. I think this is a really good card. I'm really tempted to put this. I don't want to put like all the super rares at 5s, but I really want to put this card as a 5. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, unique just means that you can only have one of that card on the field. I think you can have more than one unique card on the field, but you can only have one of that card, that card number on the field. Yeah, we're gonna put this at 5. We're gonna put this at 5. All right. Being able, like, once again, all this rides if all the Unison cards are good, but like, if this card, like, it's just good. And we're gonna go to the next card. We're gonna look at this. Boom, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto, Paralyzing Prowess. So this is like the big boy. So maybe I should go over. Okay, before we do this one, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this 5-drop Vegeto because it's the. I don't think there's any other 5-drop Vegetos. Let's look together. Okay, I think it needs to be blue. Oh, it doesn't have to be blue, so you could play big ol' lightning speed on and then use paralyzing prowess. All right, cheese. Anyways, all right, but this one, I mean, I think is better. Because this one just can attack. Then choose up to 1 Vegeto with 25k power if you drop area, evolve it. So like you can evolve on top of that one. I don't know. Anyways, this boy, pre eval, I think he's a 3, but deflect barrier, which is broken. Has no energy cost limit. Union Potara, blue Son Goku, and blue Vegeta. Permanent. If you have 4 or more energy, you can choose battle cards in your energy when choosing cards to use this card's Union skill from your hand. So obviously this works really good with this Trunks, where you can put these, Gokus and Vegetos into your energy, and then you can use the energy, and then you can like get rid of the energy on top of that to use the Union Fusion. So that's broken, and that just means like you've got like guaranteed targets. So I'm thinking like this is like a 4. Having deflect and barrier at the same time is also really good. And Union Potara is great because it always comes out in active mode too. So and like just the way it goes into your next thing, like your next step, I think is good. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna think he's a 4. Do any of like the Vegetos like EX evolve on top of each other besides the new one? I'm gonna check that out real quick. No. Yeah, I don't think they do. Because like there's these like energy cycling Vegetos, but I don't think they count. I mean, like you can cheat this out on turn 5 with Vegeto's power combined. Yeah, with energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, play it. Then you play this card in rest mode, and you can get like the other one out. But like, I don't know. Like, why would you not play like some of the other stuff? Like, at least think about putting the other stuff together if it works out. So, anyways, especially if you're already doing energy management. 4-drop Goku Vegeto that brings a Goku and Vegeta. Oh, that's also a good point. I've seen this, but you are completely right. It's this boy here, Polymorphic Potara. So for 1 energy, place this card in your drop area from your hand. The leader card is Vegeto, so you can't use any of the new leaders. But you can choose up to 1 Son Goku and one Vegeta card from your deck with any cost 2 or less, negate their skills, play them in rest mode, and you can't play non-Vegeto battle cards for duration of the turn. So you can just, for 1 energy, get this out, and then play the 5-drop for free, and then go into the next card we're going to talk about, which is this one, after I press enter. Alright, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito Paralyzing Prowess. Has Deflect, Triple Strike, and Barrier. EX Evolve for 4 on a Vegito with any cost of 5. If your leader card is Blue Trunks Future card, when this card is played or attacked, your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and place them at the bottom of their deck in any order. So, alright. I'm thinking I'm going to put this card as a 5, but I think it's secretly like a 4. I'm going to put it as a 5 because I think people would get angry at me if I didn't. But like being able to, so if this was when I first read this, I thought instead of triple strike, I thought it was triple attack, and that would have been super duper broken. Being able to get rid of 8 cards in my opponent's hand is great, but just being able to, you play this card for 4 energy and you rip 4 cards of your opponent's hand. That's not terrible, but there's definitely ways to get rid of, like, all right, immediately Chop of the Trickster can put this in rest mode, and then you only go like -1 since you draw a card from Champa, and then they also don't get the attack with it. But then also, what's the card I was looking at earlier? Oh yeah, this guy. This one, Jiren Survival of the Fittest. Play this card, draw 1 card, and cards in your hand can't be returned to your deck by your opponent's ghost for the turn. So that also means that any of the cards that they try to return with this, or like any of the other effects, like Blue's like thing is returning cards to your deck. You can just counterplay this Jiren, and it's colorless, and you can put it in your side deck, and then they just can't, their effects don't work no more, and then you feel really happy about it. So, I don't like. So there's definitely ways around this, even though it has Deflect and Barrier. I think you can still counter this card in a lot of ways. And sure, 35k triple strike and having to neg 4 cards from your hand seems really good, but I think Gogeta 7-drop on turn 5 is way better, and you have to jump through less hoops to do it. So that's my 2 cents about it. It's definitely not a bad card, and I think I'm saying this not as if I was going to put it as a 5, and also I kind of wanted to put it as a not 5 because I wanted to not have only super rares up there, and I'm kind of running out of spaces on the 4-drops. But we're gonna put this as a 5. What do y'all think? Any extra complaints or thoughts about this big boy? Is there like, I don't think there's like any other fancy things you can. I mean, he's a big boy. He's an 8-drop, but I don't think Vegito has like a lot of like EX Evolve things that you can. Like if he had like some extra stuff for it or anything, I'd think about it. But I think he's alright. If he was a Goku and you can get Victory Strike on it, that's a different story. But you can't, so you can't. Boom. All right. Bulma, Master Scientist. So it has this whole, So this works with Trunk Future. If you reveal this card from your hand, you may play it instead, so it hits the board. So it's immediately like you get it like a 5k combo in your hand anyways. But when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards from your deck. Add 1 in blue Son Goku Vegeta Trunks Future card among it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I think this is like a 3 with the rest of them. Works really well in the deck that it works with. And like worst case, like you get like just being able to like +1 is great, but kind of weird seeing basically a rare version of Gogeta 7. Okay, like Gogeta 7, I think is way better in so many ways. It just kind of depends on how many cards people have in their hands right now. If people are still having like 8 cards, 9 cards in their hand in general on turn 4, Vegeto's not really going to leave as much as a dent as like a Gogeta 7-drop would, because it just makes them go to 3 cards. So that just makes them like, it's all ratioed, right? But like this makes you discard 4. So if you have 5 cards in your hand, it's better, obviously. But if they have 10 cards in their hand, it's worse. Yeah, play Vegito turn 4, then Gogeta turn 5. And then after you play Gogeta, you can swing with Vegeto and make them discard 2 of their cards. So, and I mean, I can definitely see all that in the same deck because, you just need blue, like you're already running all the Gokus and Trunks all the Gokus and Vegetas anyways, so there's like no harm for just running a couple extra Gogetas in your hand, like deck anyways. So I think people are going to be doing that. The hardest thing would probably get like 8 cards in your drop area, to be honest. But anyways, Balma, I think he's a 3. Maybe she's a 2. I'm gonna put as a 3. Let me know if I'm wrong. Alright, while you guys are discussing if it's a 3 or not, I'm gonna check my phone real quick, because I've been talking for like an hour, and maybe people are blowing me up. Alright. Not too bad. Alright, I'm moderately attainable. Alright. Next one. I gotta press enter. Like a dummy. Alright, Respectful Master Guasu. When this card is played, look at the top 7 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 blue Zamasu card among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. I'm thinking this is a 2. Do I see any of the new cards so far slotting into Invoker? I was thinking Zeno, but would need to play Explosive Power Vegeta. Well, you could also play... yes, I guess you'd have to play Explosive Power Vegeta, which is still a super duper good card, especially since you're already running all this Universe 7 stuff. So I think Zeno would be good. The only thing about Zeno is that your win condition can't be the 6-drop Goku, because if since Goku, instead of untapping 3 energy, Goku like places the energy into the drop and plays 3 more. If you use the Zeno ramp effect, then you just neg yourself 3 energy for no good reason. So yeah, I'd say besides that, I think it has a good shot for sure. But you can also do it with like, if you don't want any of the blue Saiyan specific cards, you can also run the Android 17. He's also Universe 7 and everything. And also Gohan. Gohan, like the blue Gohan one, he's blue and Saiyan in Universe 7 as well, but he's less generic, unfortunately. Alright, I distracted you enough that I'm just going to secretly name this a 2-drop. Or 2 thing. It's alright, but it's not too fancy. People will probably play it, but it's just like a weird tutor. There we go. Alright. For the record, if this Trunks had like a good EX Evolve card, you know what? Let's check that right now. Let's make sure I'm not crazy. Trunks, blue. Let's have it like a 4 or 5 or 7. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't EX Evolve. We'll put even 7+. Alright, that doesn't have it. So like if you want to play this for 5. Yeah, this card's just never good. People want it at work. I'm looking at you, Kip, if you're still here. But, like, if you want to get this out for cheap, it's still better to just play this God Sealing technique to do it. So, no blue drops? What if it's just... I remember there's some, like, green ones. You gotta use green energy to evolve it. It just seems so bad. Alright, getting back to it. I mean... yeah, it doesn't seem good. Alright, we're done with that. Our next card is this Goku Black. 9-drop, Lofty Aspirations. Triple Strike EX Evolve for 4 and a blue Goku Black, which is super easy. There's so many you can play for free as well. Permanent, when choosing a card to use this card with the card's evolve skill from your hand, you can choose a battle card in your energy and play this card in active mode. And then if your leader card is with blue Zamasu Goku Black, when your opponent has 5 or more energy, when a card evolves into this card, plays up to 2 of your opponent's energy in their owner's drop area. So like this could be used in a lot of ways. I'm thinking about putting this as a 4. It just seems like really good to me, being able to just play it on turn 4, or technically like turn 3. And if you know that the card you're putting in there is going to get erased by Zeno or something, it makes sense. But yeah, I think this is worth a 4. Let me see what people are saying. Can you have more than one Unison card on your side of the field at a time? I do not believe so. You can only have one. I think if you play a new Unison card, it gets rid of the old one. But if you have a Unison card with the same number as the one on the field, you can discard it from your hand and you get 1 token on there once per turn. Evolves over the Unforeseen Darkness, which is good for blue-yellow. Unforeseen Darkness. Yeah, let's look at all the Goku Blacks this can evolve onto. First, countdown to destruction is the one I'm thinking about. When you have 5 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand without paying its cost. So you can play this for free, and then you draw 1, and then you just play this for 4, and then like they feel bad. So that's something for sure. What else is there? I mean, like, so the idea with this one is that you can evolve it, and then like next turn you can use it for Unstoppable Despair, and then they just like lose 3 more energy. So that's like a really good idea, I think. What card were you talking about? Unforeseen Darkness. Probably let's just type in darkness. I've seen the card you're talking about. Unforeseen. Ah, okay, this one. Okay. Yeah, so like this one's like a really good card too. Like you have to run blue yellow, which really sucks because a lot of these are calling for mono blue. But if you're running blue yellow, you definitely want to run this card because you get to draw 2 and then untap 1. 2 drop from the expand. Okay. Yeah. So you don't one Vegeta. You don't play it. You just discard it. So you don't have to pay its energy cost again, which is super nice. But it's only once per turn. All right. Well, that should have enough talk to mark this as a 4, and so that's where I'm putting them in. There we go. All right. 2-drop Goku Black. So this is important because it's a 2-drop, like I was talking about Saiyans earlier. But if you're a leader card active main, so this is also super nice with this 1-drop Trunks because you can play it on your opponent's turn, and then you can still use this effect on your turn. What? No, sorry. Never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong one. But if your leader card is a blue Zamasu Goku Black, place this card in your energy from your hand. You can't place cards in your energy or play cards other than the mono blue Zamasu Goku Black for the turn. At the end of the turn, this card is in your energy, place it in its owner's drop area. But pretty much being able to ramp for free for the turn is super nice, and it's also you just place it in there, so you don't. It's not like a. It's not like a. Invested or anything. So being able to just trade. I can't talk anymore. Trading card advantage for energy seems pretty good, especially if you want to like ramp up to the amount of energy you need for this. This just seems good. So if you need to get to 5 energy to get the free Goku Black to get this the other Goku Black, that's really really easy to do. So I mean, you can only get 1 ramp effect per turn, but I think it's still good. So I'm gonna put it as a 3 because one, we're running out of space on this top row, but also because it's a little bit leader restricted. But I think this is a good card. We're gonna put it there. There it is, right next to Bulma. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards left, so we're almost there. I haven't decided, put anything as a 1, so that's good, I think. While I've got your attention, though, while I already do, if you guys aren't following me on Twitch or YouTube, consider it. It's free, and I post a lot of content, and this is going to go up there as well. And I just make a lot of content, and sometimes I stream even and everything. So. And thank you, whoever just followed. I'm happy it worked already. 1 Vegeta, thank you very much. Thank you for that. So thank you. I'm glad I can just say that and it worked. All right. That's it. No one else has to follow anymore. 1 Vegeta took the bullet. This is the one I'm talking about, and I need to press enter here. Alright, indestructible dual attack. For 4 blue, EX Evolve and a blue Zamasu with any cost of 5. Active main or battle. Place this card in its owner's drop area. Activate up to 1 tragedy overground from your hand, drop area, deck, or energy area, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. You might call me crazy, but I'm thinking this is a 5 right off the bat. Being able to, so I think the hardest thing is to get a Zamasu with an energy cost of 5 out, but spoiler, you know what? Maybe I should end that one first. We're gonna go back for a sec. We're gonna put this one out. So indestructible Unipatora for blue Zamasu, blue Goku Black, which are very easy to get out of. If you have 3 or more energy, you can choose battle cards in your energy when choosing this card's union skill from your hand. So, which just pretty much means that you can use like this Goku Black, and then you can use it on here. And then once you do, like, you can use it in your energy, and then you can use the energy, and then you can play this out. So, like, just so much recursion and everything. So that's super duper nice. And then, like, this is just indestructible and sits out there for a while. It has 24, which means it's kind of tricky to get rid of. You can also do this on, like, turn 2 if you union with, if you use Zeno to ramp up a turn, and then, or even just use your Goku Black to ramp up a turn, and then have, like, a Zamasu out or something. Like, there's just, like, a lot of ways you can get this out super easily. So I think it's good. And we're gonna put this as a 4, but then you can just have this out on, like, turn 2 or 3, and then on turn 3 or 4, oh, nope, that's not a thing. Nope, I don't know where that came from. All right, so we're gonna put him as a 4. Almost running out of thingies here, but boom, we're gonna have this Fuse Zamasu. We're gonna put him as a 5. So once you do that, you can EX evolve for 4 blue. It's indestructible, has 2 attacks, but you get to place your 1 tragedy overground from your hand drop, deck, or energy area, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. And then that card looks like, we're gonna put it right here. Here we go. Where is he? There it is. All right, here it is. I'm gonna put this as a 5. I think this is a 5 too. So permanent, this card can't be removed from your battle area by skills of your opponent's battle cards. It can get rid of it by your opponent's, Unison cards. So, like, the Zeno can get rid of it. Spoilers for later, but yeah, that's really good. It's really hard to get rid of. When your opponent plays a battle card with any cost of 4 or more, it is placed in its owner's energy in rest mode instead. So they only have to play 3 drops or less for the rest of the game. And when this card is activated, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in their owner's energy area in rest mode. So you just get to wipe their field and then put it in their energy. And, like, then if you use it with, like, the old Zamasu card, then you just win on the spot. So I think that's really good. Like, banking on this card to do all your energy ramping for you, I think is fine. Which I think is, like, was the struggle with, like, this card, like the idea previously is that, you're giving your opponent too much advantage, giving them energy if they can beat you outright. But just saying, oh, you know what, I'll just wait until turn 4, ramp your entire board, and then, like, if you put, like, 1 or 2 more cards in their energy, you win. So I think this card's great. It gives you, like, a solid win condition, punishes your opponent for going wide, and then either your opponent has to be, like, really slow, and then you get, like, your big beaters out, or I don't know. It just seems really good. I don't know if you guys think it's any less than 5, but it's definitely a 5 to me. Coolio. All right, that's cool. I'm glad we got to consensus on that one. Next up, we've got this 1-drop Zamasu. Boom. Cosmic Trader. So if your leader card is a blue Zamasu or Goku Black card, when this card is placed from your hand, or this played from your hand, place top card in your deck in your energy. Then at the end of the turn, if this card is placed in your energy, if the card is you place in your energy with the skill is in your energy, place it in your owner's drop area. If the card you place in your energy with the skill isn't in your energy, place 1 card from your energy in its own area. Okay. So pretty much this is just like a ramp for 1. And then what? Yeah, if the card you place in your energy with the skill isn't in your energy, place 1 card from your energy in its owner's drop area. So it just means, like, you're losing an energy no matter what when you have this card. You can't just, like, pop the card that you would pop. I think he's okay. The fact that he doesn't have, like, the ability, like the once per turn ability, I think is great. I'm thinking like a 2 for him, maybe a 3. I'm thinking 2, but what are y'all thinking? You guys thinking more than 2? You thinking a 3? I wouldn't put him as a 4. Like, he's like a okay, like, turn 1. Like, the fact that he, like, replaces himself energy wise is all right. So, like, you play him for free, but I don't know. He's not super duper good to me. Are you guys thinking 3? I'll play him at 3, but I'm not happy about it. I'm just lukewarm about it. You can be next to your good buddy Goku Black. There you go. Nope, don't change the center of it. All right, 3 more cards. 4 more cards as my voice is starting to crack. How do like pro streamers do this? Not to say like I'm not a pro streamer, as I struggle with Photoshop, but come on. All right, Zeno, Edge of Space, super combo. If your leader is blue, your life is at 5 or less, and it's your opponent's turn. When this card is used in your combo, you may add one card from your energy to your hand. If you do, place one card in your hand in your energy. So you just get to untap one, which is great, and then also, like, if you have cards like... I think this is a 5, honestly. It's a really good super combo. It's a lot of, like, text to do so, but it has, like, a lot of synergy. So if you use it with... so it's your opponent's turn, so it's not the cards like you used, but it makes sense a lot with, like, these 3-drops. Worst case, it's like an untap 1. Worst case, you have to place one card in your from your hand into your energy, so you can't just like +1 for no reason. But like just being able to cipher your energy is super duper good. And then also like something I saw someone talk about is, I won't take any credit for it, but it's the one blue extra card. Yeah, Plan for Destruction. So you can like use this card to put in, like, ramp up your energy, and then you can put it back in your hand with Zamasu, and then just use it again. So like you just get free energy with it. That seems broken and bonkers to me. And then also like the fact, like, that's already like a really good super combo effect. But then also when this card is played, you just draw one. So that's good. Just being able to draw one, like, worst case with this, and then you can like later cycle with it. I think this is a good card. I think it's a 5. It's a really good super, like, it's like one of the best generic super combos, and I think they had to do it because they made like the multicolor super combos too powerful. So they did that. Like having like the card advantage from super combos used to be really important, but now that, you know, the card advantage is super crazy right now, just like cheating out energy is more important than that now. All right, 3 more cards. I think this is going to be a 5 as well. So Final Hope Slash. Counterattack. If your card's mono blue, switch to one of your mono blue energy to active mode, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, ignoring barrier, and return it to its owner's hand. So it doesn't negate an attack, but it does like return something. So this can potentially negate an attack, but the thing that really takes this over the edge is that if you have a blue Unison card in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. So yeah, being able to get a untap 1 for free seems really, really good in any regard. Sure, Dimension Magic does this, like, is better in that regard, but it also, you have to use energy, like life for it, and there's like the condition can be potentially harder to do. But yeah, having like using this card and having it for free for having cards like that you already want to have on the field, like having Zeno, which once you play it will probably stay on the field until you kill it yourself. That just seems really good. So I think this is a good card. I think I'm going to put in the 5. And anyone else think it's not a 5? Going once, going twice. Sold. There it is. Spoilers, all the super rares are 5s in here. There are no bad blue super rares as far as I'm concerned. Alright, boom. Nope. Almost. Absolute Confidence. Active main or battle. Choose one. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with any cost 3 or less. Return it to its owner's hand and draw 1. Or you can remove one of your opponent's Unison cards. Choose one of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. This is the first instance of Unison interactivity that we've seen. So it's hard to say. I'm thinking like 3 right off the bat, just because we don't know how important like that one counter can be in general. But being able to, like, so it's active battle too, so you can like bounce the card back. I'm thinking like this is going to be closer to a 2. I'm thinking this is going to be a 2. I was thinking maybe a 3, but I'm thinking 2 for it. Yeah, your wild's going to hurt. Yeah, there's so many good blue cards. Like, I feel like all the super rares are playable, which is probably okay, but like, yeesh. Well, they said that they're changing the rates of super rares, and they're getting rid of campaign rares, so that might help us out a bit. But while I talk about that, I'm going to sneakily put this as a 2. I'm thinking it's a 2. I changed my mind. I'm absolutely confident that's a 2. All right, last card, and then I can like not talk for a little bit. God Slicing Black Kamehameha. So this is counterplay. If you have a blue Unison card in play, draw 1. If the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it is placed at the bottom of their owner's deck instead of being played. And then if all your energy is mono blue, you can activate this counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost by choosing 2 other cards in your hand and discarding them. I'm thinking this is like a 3 or a 4. I think this is 3 or 4. I'm going to put 3.5 right now. Right there. Reasoning for it is being able to play this for free is really nice. Sure, you have to go technically -2 for it. You have to discard 2 cards, but you get to draw a card. And then you also get to... what is it? You get to draw a card, and then you have to discard this card. So you get rid of 3 cards in your hand, but you get 1. So that's, what, -2? And then I guess you get rid of one of your opponent's cards too for doing it, so it's like -1. But it's just so good energy economy. If you were playing any Unison cards, you want this in your hand, because if they try to play something on turn 2 for 2 energy, you just say, "Oh, cool, put it back in your hand," and then you can't do anything for the rest of the turn. So I think it's good enough to be a. What do you got? Any input? Any 3s or 4s? I'm going to put 3 just to make it aesthetically pleasing, even though it might be a 4. All right, I'm going to put it as a 3. We're going to make it a 3. I don't know why that Zamasu thinks he's better than this extra card, but he does. And boom, there it is. This is what I think. I guess I don't feel like anything super duper bad. If I was to put cards in the one category, it'd probably be this Goku and the Super Combo, just because we already have these cards already, so it's like not needed. But like in general, they're not bad cards. They just probably won't be played on top of like they're not needed to be in this set for anyone. So like maybe this Goku's important for like stuff that's like Union Potara or Union Fusion stuff, and being able to be played for free or whatever. There might be some good things for it, but there we go. We'll just put them there just so there's something in the one drop category. But there it is. As you can see, I think a lot of these blue cards are playable. Both like the archetypes that are coming out of this, both like the Vegeto and also like just generic blue Saiyan leader deck. I think that's what we're going to see a bunch of people try out. I think they're good. I think like this star deck leader is probably going to be the best out the gate, but I also think a lot of people will be trying to do the energy cheese with the. Let's see. Yeah, I think this Goku Black and Zamasu is just better, especially since it's a Saiyan card instead of like the one from this set, which is just as God. It's only Zamasu, so it's not a Saiyan card. I think this one's the one you really want anyways. And plus, I think looking top 5 for a Goku or Zamasu when most of those cards are the ones you're wanting anyways is really good. Also, this Son Goku and Vegeta can be really good as well from set 7. So if your life is at 4 or less, if you have 4 or more energy, which can technically be turn 3 now, you can choose up to 1 blue Son Goku and 1 yellow Vegeta in your hand, play them with energy cost 2 or less, and play them. So like there's some strategy for that. Unfortunately, like the yellow Vegeta doesn't really do anything, but you can still play like a Goku for free, which is nice. And you can only play Trunks, Future, and Vegeto cards for duration of the turn. But I think that could have some potential as well. Just being able to ramp up to 4 energy, play the Goku for free, and then just go from there. I think people will try it out. And I think that's it for me. So anything from you guys before I start closing this down? This is a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun watching this as well. If you guys want to see this content some more, make sure to follow the Twitch, or also follow my YouTube channel. This is going to be re-uploaded on YouTube, so if you're already there, why don't you subscribe? You watch this 2-hour video to not subscribe? That seems dumb. But yeah, I think I'm just going to take another sip of my drink, give it a second if you guys have any questions, and then we're going to sign out of here. And hopefully I didn't totally miss out my YouTube chat, or the thing didn't break down. Okay, cool. Why does the ejection work? Oh, okay, we could talk about that. We could talk about forced ejection, about how it doesn't work. We're going to have to go to this. We'll talk about it here. I'll probably make a video about it separately. Rule, I think. Card Q&A. Forced. Alright. Do you check if you have less energy than your opponent's condition of this card skill when you play this card? No, you don't. The you have less energy than your opponent condition of this card is referring to your energy state when you play energy during your charge phase, which doesn't make any sense for the card at all. This is strictly a Bandai says interaction, which honestly doesn't happen too much, but this is there. And then like during your turn's charge phase, after you put a card in energy area, meet the conditions. Then during your main phase, you no longer meet the conditions. Can you resolve this card's active skill? Choose up to one of your energy, placing in their drop area. Yes, you can. During your charge phase, if after you put a card in your energy area, meet the conditions, if you have less energy than your opponent, any difference in energy during that turn's main phase does not matter. And this card's main active skill of choose up to one of your opponent's energy, placed in the drop area, will resolve. All right, that's a lot of talk. But pretty much what's going on is that the drop block Vegeta had like this little lock with it. Where is he? Yeah, this had like the same effect. So on the awakened side of this Vegeta, there is this when this card attacks, draw one. These two cards came out in the same set, the Force Ejection and this Explosive Power. But when this card attacks, draw one. You may choose up to one of your energy, add it to your hand. If you choose to add add a card from your energy area to your hand, choose up to one. That's the big thing. Up to one card in your hand, add it to your energy. So you could decide to put 0, and then you could be like, oh, I have 2 energy, and my opponent has 3 energy. Haha, I can use Force Ejection and make them, like, I get to plus 1 card in my hand and make them, pop one of their energy, and it could be one of their active mode energies, too. So Bandai thought that was bad, and so they decided to say, Force Ejection only works, if comparing energy once you place a card in your charge area, and they just decided to do that, so, this doesn't happen anymore. So that's pretty much it. So if you ping your own energy with Zamasu, it doesn't matter because it checks at the beginning of your turn when you place a card the difference in energy, not the current energy when you play the Force Ejection Mass Saiyan. Does it kind of make sense? It doesn't really make sense, but do you understand why it doesn't work based on this ruling? Yeah, this is probably like one of the few things that isn't isn't known well enough, and I'll probably make another like a little PSA about this, just because you're not the only one who's been telling me about this, and I've been seeing a lot of other people talk about it, and it strictly doesn't work. And one of my opponents tried to do this against me, and I just had to tell him it didn't work, and he got pretty salty about it. And it's not his fault, right? Because like you have to go to like entry 1,000 of this huge like question and answers just to find that, and no one would know that that's the ruling without looking at it. So I don't think it's anyone's fault, besides perhaps Bandai for making a bad card. But I think like it's just like something that stings once and then you don't get stung again, but it just feels really bad. Bro hit. I hope green gets as much love as blue is getting. Yeah, I really like. Okay, that Bardock is already like a lot of love for green. So if green cards are like on this power level, it's going to be insane. I think it's going to be really insane. So hopefully green's next week too. It's weird they chose blue. Because what's the other color of the starter deck? I think it's black is one of them, and Clan Collusion. Yeah, okay, green. Okay. So they might do this one next. Or they might like wait another week or something. Yeah, the green Goku leader. Yeah, I think so. You think Zeno is for this one? Could be. It'd be interesting with this. Can we like enhance this image to see what's on this? Let's see. Enhance. Permanent. Okay, we're getting somewhere. If choose one card. That's all I can read. Yeah, and we have some other cards that we've been like lightly spoiled too, so that should be fun. All right. I think I'm gonna skedaddle from here. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys had fun watching this too and interacting. I know this has been like a weird time for the world in general, so I've definitely been missing hanging out with my Dragon Ball homies and stuff. So this helped me a little bit, and I'll probably do this next week too. So hopefully that's just as fun, and assuming that they release the cards in the same manner. But yeah, let me. I'm gonna head out. Let me know what you guys kind of want to see deck wise. I'm probably gonna build at least a Goku Black one, like for the energy control. I think that's like there's already 2 decks for there. There's like either destruction or like what's the like energy construction? Is that how we want to say it? What's the name of the field? Is it tragedy overground? So maybe over energy. I don't know. I think there's some cool stuff coming out and some fun ways to play. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a real joy. We've had so many people drop by, which is nice. Thanks again for Jesus for putting this whole thing to get like this whole graphic together. It looks super clean, and also for subbing with Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. If anyone else has a Twitch Prime that's open, I can take it from you if you want. I'll do that for free. And thanks again so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Pew!